Welcome back. This will be an update for Hitem3D. So let's take a look at the following case study. This will be the Batmobile from the 1989 movie. And we're going to see that now we have access to version 1.5 over here. We can still choose over here for that resolution. So we can also enable texture. So this will be the highest in this case. We see that we also have access to the Pro Edition. And we can also change the version. Now, I already have those processed, so let's take a look over here at the output. So this will be one of the model. As you can see, it will look like this. Keep in mind that the reference image was this. So it had all of those highlights over here on the car, and those are also added over here within the texture. So if I will disable this, the mesh will look like this. I really like the fact that Hitem3D will go ahead and try to add various details. For example, over here to the side of the car, we had those within the original model. We have this large cutout, and we're going to have those over here as well. You can also check the overall geometry over here and also symmetry. So the model is quite fine detailed over here. This is made using the older version, so 1.0. We're going to see over here in the front of the car, it should have something like this. And over here, it's a little bit elongated and going upwards. Now for the front, we're going to have those headlights over here added as well. I also have the same image over here, but now processed with the new model. And this will be the output. And as you can see over here in the front of the car, it will look like this. So keep in mind that this is a difficult image, but we see over here that the overall shape has been created by this new 1.5 version. Now for the details over here on the sides, there will be like this. So the original one had better cutouts over here. We still have additional mechanical parts over here added. And with the texture, the model will look like this. Now I also use a different Batmobile image, which will be this one. Over here, the highlights will not be as many. So let's take a look at those 3D models. So this will be one of those outputs. We're going to see that in front, it recreated something like this. So not that great as within the previous model. But over here on the sides, the details are a little bit better. Regarding the proportions, we see that this over here is like that created. So the size of the wheel and the size of that element. And the texture will look like this. So overall, the texture will be a lot better in this case. We also have symmetry enabled, so this was also added to the other side, so where you can refuel the car. Now this will be with the new model, and this will be the output. If I'm going to check the geometry, we're going to see our geometry will look like this. Again, we have the same mirror embedded, and in front of the car, we're going to have the following. Now, in my opinion, all of these models are really good, and they can be used as tracing reference within CAD solutions. So for the case study, I'm going to move this within Fusion. So in order to do that, we can either go with the STL file format or OBJ. I will go with the OBJ since this will also transfer texture. So I'm going to hit download. We're going to have this as a compressed folder since this will be a zip file. And I'm going to go ahead and unpack that. We see that it's still downloading, so the file size is quite large. Archive will be almost 60, let's say 54 megabytes. So I'm going to go ahead and I will have this unzipped, and this will be the model. We see the OBJ file, almost 150 megabytes. So with that selected, I'm going to go within Fusion. I'm going to go within a new part and I will insert a mesh. We see that we can add STL, OBJs or 3MFs. So in this case, OBJ will be the best. I'm going to select this one and I'm going to have that loaded. Now the model will load. Keep in mind that the overall resolution for this will be really high, so 2 million faces. We can't enable the wireframe over here within the viewport on Hitem3D, but we're gonna see the wireframe over here once that model will load. You can go ahead and within the mesh environment, you can remesh this in order to simplify it. If for maybe you have a lower end computer and it will struggle with it, we can also flip over here that. So I'm gonna flip it like this. And we're gonna see that in this case, the model will look like this. So in order to have that full texture, I would have to have this resaved, maybe using Blender, because that texture file is not that well assigned to the model. If I'm gonna go ahead and I want to check the wireframe, you're gonna see how fine detail this will be. So it's quite a dense mesh over here. We can also go ahead and we can visualize this with the wireframe directly. So I consider that this is a great example that if you want to bring some reference in 3D, you can use generative AI. For example, for this Batmobile, if you want to start designing this within Fusion, you can easily do this using the following workflow. Now, one important thing is that elements will not be brought upscale. So if I will go within inspect and I want to measure this from the front all the way to the back, so roughly this will give me the direct distance. So this will be close to 1 millimeter. Keep in mind that this car was close to 20 feet. So in this case, around 6 meters. So in order to scale this, we're going to go within mesh. I'm going to choose scale element. We want this to be scaled uniform. I'm going to select the mesh. And over here for the factor, in this case, I will go with 6000. So let's see if I'm going to hit OK. Let's see if I just selected that correct as the scale factor. If I'm going to measure this from the front all the way to the back, now this will have 6 meters. So we scale this appropriately. If you want to also have the texture over here visible, you will need to do a retexturing of this because Fusion didn't really understand that texture for this model. You can easily do that within Blender, and I have videos regarding that. I'm just going to start over here Blender and show you how Blender will see that model. So we know that we have this R-Hype, we have this material. I'm going to drag and drop the model, import it within Blender. Blender will read it like this. So the texture will be read fine by Blender, so that's a problem for Fusion. Most likely you will need to go over here and recreate this material because this principal BSDF is not compatible with Fusion. If I will create over here a new part, so a new design, and I'm gonna go ahead and I will download the previous model that I created, which is this one. I'm gonna download this as an OBJ. I know that this imported correctly with texture, so I just want to go ahead and do it again and see if Fusion will manage to see this properly. So this will be on Hitem 2, that will be the model. I'm gonna go ahead, insert the mesh, select that one, and we're gonna have that loaded. Again, it will take a little bit of time while this will process due to the fact that the mesh is quite high, but you can go ahead and work on the mesh within Fusion within this mesh toolbar over here on the top. So you can simplify, you can also deal with various problems, but models from Hitem3D will not have problems with non-manifolds and self-intersection, so that's a really good thing about this. And we see that the texture will now look like this for this model, so Fusion will not see that black color, but it will add these yellow elements to the headlight, as you can see it over here. And again, the car will need to be scaled because most likely this will again have only 1 millimeter. And if I'm gonna go over here and I want to import this within Blender, I'm really curious how Blender will see that model now. So within downloads, we have Hitem3D 2, and this will be the output. And as you can see, Blender will see it like this. So if I'm gonna scale this, this will be the texture of this model. So Fusion only saw those yellow elements over here. Okay, so this was an overview of how you can use Hitem3D high definition generative AI in order to define a mesh for a concept that you can further go ahead and within Fusion, within Freeform, you can go ahead and you can sculpt using this reference, because older car concept design mostly made use of images. As you can see over here, we can add a canvas, but currently I consider that a workflow that will use directly a 3D mesh as a reference will be the best solution. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this kind of content. You're gonna find a similar video over here on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.